US SEC does not appeal court decision to Grayscale Bitcoin ETFs. Across the US, Chinese Bitcoin mines draw national security scrutiny. Guys, we got some crazy things to talk about today in terms of Bitcoin. A lot of important news that's coming up right now. So let's not waste any more time and just get right into it. First we got is from the Bitcoin therapist at the BTC Therapist. There is a major institutional demand for a spot hashtag Bitcoin ETF. Trillions of dollars are waiting on the sidelines to get exposure. Spot Bitcoin ETFs and total AUM. BlackRock, Fidelity, Invesco, Franklin Templeton Investments, Wisdom Tree, VanEck, GlobalX, ARK Invest, Valkyrie, and Bitwise. 9.4 trillion to 1 billion overall, creating a total of $17 trillion. So that is absolutely insane. So 623,310 Bitcoin is worth about $15.6 billion, guys. Trillion is an insane amount of money. So let's see what some people had to say about this. This screams rehypothecating, fractional banking built into it. I can see where they're taking this because you got like BlackRock, Fidelity, Invesco, all these bank related companies getting involved with Bitcoin in this way, so it does kind of feel that way. Whether it is or not, I'm not too sure. But Cardano and DAP had to say, not to mention every major public company will put it on their balance sheet as a hedge against inflation. Martin says, why are these institutions fiddling their thumbs and waiting for over a decade, losing the ultimate opportunity of a century? They're so rich and powerful. Surely they have found ways to accumulate this already. Grayscale did, MicroStrategy did. I have a feeling that this is just a hype train that is disconnected from reality. Um, I don't know. I don't agree. I think at the end of the day, these people also have like these companies also have a lot of their business built off of fiat and built off of printable money, and it's not as easy as to just convert over. I mean, a lot of these institutions already have some sort of branched off entity or some sort of affiliation with the entity that is heavily involved with crypto, and that would be an overlook if any big banking company didn't do that. However, to like really shift the main entity into towards that direction is not something that's as feasible as people think. And a lot of the reasons why you're seeing a lot of major bankers, they're kind of coming out and saying like, oh, Bitcoin this, oh, it's just a waste. I mean, I forgot who it was, but some big financial dude was talking about it and how he's like, oh yeah, Bitcoin is the toxic waste, I hope that it disappears. And I was like, it's like, bro, it's like you sound insecure, I'm not gonna lie. So let's get on to the next post. Ash Crypto, bull market is coming. I can feel it. Bring that Bitcoin spot ETF. Tyrone Cameron says send it. Carliella says, haha, you're funny, bro, but I like your style. Oh yeah. Oh, you got FL Studio on in the back. Nice. How many years music? No matter when will come. This is a fact. Meanwhile, we will keep building for the long run. Hashtag gondola. I don't know about gondola, but Bitcoin, solid bridges income here. While only so few people know about this, is beyond me. They're talking about the arbitrage coin here. Regardless, we want to stick to Bitcoin here. So very interesting take, guys. And I want to make sure you guys know that nothing I say is financial advice. This is just my own opinion, what I believe in, and what I'm going to be doing. Whether or not you want to do it is your own decision, and I highly recommend you're making informed decisions. Base your opinions and your decisions off the news and facts that I may be saying, but nothing that I'm saying is advice. All this information is stuff that you can get online, and I try to cite all the sources as you can see while I'm going through. If you do have any questions on where I get my sources, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section and I'll make sure to get to you. Anyways, next post. Justin, SEC won't appeal court decision paving the way for Grayscale Spot BTF or Bitcoin ETF. Whoa, Jack the Rippler had to put in this link by the Bloomberg, and we'll get into this one later. This is a big step forward for the Bitcoin adoption and mainstream recognition. Here's a link that MindTrader did. Hashtag Bitcoin holding well above 26,500 so far. Last candle was an inverted hammer, so indicated a reversal pattern here. Hashtag Bitcoin. Very, very interesting. So let's get into looking at what that last two was talking about, guys. This is very, very important. US SEC does not plan to appeal court decision on Grayscale Bitcoin ETF source. So let's take a look at what this means. So the District of Columbia Court of Appeals in Washington in August ruled that the SEC was wrong to reject the Grayscale's proposed Bitcoin ETF in a case that has been closely watched by the industry, which has has been trying to for a decade to advance such products. The SEC's decision does not appeal likely paves the way for the agency to review Grayscale's application. A spokeswoman for Grayscale did not immediately provide comment. A spot Bitcoin ETF would give investors exposure to the world's largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization without having to own it. The SEC has denied all spot Bitcoin ETFs application, including Grayscale's, on the grounds applicants have not shown they can protect investors from market manipulation. Interesting. Grayscale sued the SEC, arguing that because the agency previously approved certain surveillance agreements to prevent fraud in Bitcoin futures-based ETFs, as the same setup should be satisfactory for Grayscale's spot ETF, since both spot and future funds rely on Bitcoin's price. The appeals court ruled that SEC's arbitrarily denied Grayscale's application because it never explained why the two arrangements were materially different. The appeals court is expected to issue a mandate specifying how its decision should be executed, which will likely include instructing the SEC to revisit Grayscale's application. Big point right there. Several other asset managers, including BlackRock, Fidelity, and Invesco, have similar filings pending with the FEC for a spot Bitcoin ETF. The SEC is due to decide on those applications by next year at the latest. The SEC's press office did not immediately provide a comment. So that's kind of what we're looking at with this post over here in regards to all these different companies trying to get a spot for the Bitcoin ETF, or trying to demand a spot Bitcoin ETF. So very interesting take. Next, we got something very interesting to talk about here. It's across US Chinese Bitcoin's mine draw national security scrutiny. Microsoft reported one site in Wyoming because of its proximity to a data center and nuclear missile base. Records show other cryptocurrency facilities have ties to the Chinese state. When a company with Chinese origins broke ground last year on crypto mining operation in Cheyenne, Wyoming, a team at Microsoft that assesses national security threats sounded the alarm. Not only was the site next door to a Microsoft data center that supported the pentagram, it was about a mile away from an Air Force base that controlled nuclear-armed intercontinental ballistic missiles. The location could allow the Chinese to pursue full-spectrum intelligence collection operations. The Microsoft team wrote in an August 2022 report to the Committee of Foreign Investment in the United States, a federal body that monitors threats opposed by overseas investors. So this is absolutely crazy, guys. I don't know if, genuinely, if these Chinese Bitcoin mines are, really doing something behind the scenes. I feel like it'd be pretty hard for them. And yeah, they are located near it, but what does that truly mean? I don't really know. Anyways, let's get a little bit deeper into this. So, Brian Harrell, former assistant secretary for the infrastructure protection at the Department of Homeland Security during the Trump administration, said operations could place enormous stress on the grid if the mines worked in concrete to wreak havoc. Possibilities include targeted blackouts and cyber attacks. If Chinese infrastructure impacts key energy systems, Mr. Harrell said it should immediately draw additional investigation and scrutiny. In at least 12 states, including Arkansas, Ohio, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, and Wyoming, the Times identified Chinese owned or operated Bitcoin mines that together use as much as 1.5 million homes in terms of energy. At full capacity, the Cheyenne, Wyoming alone would require enough electricity to power 55,000 homes. Many of the mines are equipped with computers made by Bitmain, a Chinese company that has no apparent direct connection to the Chinese authorities, but according to important records, has sent some shipments to the United States through a subsidiary located at the Communist Party site in southern China. Since Bitcoin mining was banned in China in May 2021 over concerns about energy usage and economic destabilization, Bitmain has shipped 15 times more equipment to the United States than it did in the previous 5 years combined, the records show. A recent presentation by the company claimed it controlled 90% of the global market for the equipment, which is specifically designed for Bitcoin mining. That is absolutely crazy, guys. So, oh, they're this close? Oh, I didn't realize they were this close. Oh, wow. So that's the mine, that's the data center, and that's the Air Force base? And those are just people's cribs next to the Air Force base? Wow, okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay. I mean, I guess it's kind of a little further away and kind of outs the ways. It seems like it's kind of barren out here, but that is absolutely insane. That is crazy. Okay, wow. Wow. Yeah, so they're claiming that, one, there could be some sort of finagling that's going on in terms of data, but they're also saying it could be used, the Bitcoin mine could be used as a way to shut down the energy. If they ramp up how these Bitcoin mines are going to run, then it may cause some electricity outages within, or blackouts within the Air Force base and the data center, which is absolutely insane. I don't like how they made this a GIF. Y'all could have just like left this as a picture and that would have been nicer because I prefer having these up regardless. So very intriguing and interesting point. But guys, guys, that is all we have for today's video. I hope you guys learned something new. I appreciate every single one of you guys taking the time to watch our videos. It really means the world to me. If you want to help me out a little bit, these videos are not monetized. So if you want to help me out, drop a like, drop a share, and drop a comment. Let me know if you guys agree with anything, disagree with anything, have any interesting takes you'd like to share with us, or if you just have any questions, let us know and we'll get back to you guys. But until tomorrow, I hope you guys have a fantastic day and a very successful venture when it comes to trading. Thank you guys and take care.